It's day 4 of my endometriosis awareness diary. And I was talking to Bez, my partner, this morning, and he was saying that I should probably talk about what endometriosis is. So I'm going to try. I'm not a specialist, but I've done a lot of reading and quite a bit of research around it. So basically what it is the endometrial tissue, the tissue that lines the womb and that thickens and sheds every cycle, every menstrual cycle. This endometrial tissue starts to grow elsewhere in the pelvic area. So it can grow on the outside of your uterus, on your ovaries and fallopian tubes, and around your bowel and bladder. And I think it can go elsewhere as well, but for me it's mostly on my bowel, and was on my fallopian tubes and left ovary. And so this tissue, this endometrial tissue, behaves the same as the endometrial lining in your womb. So as you have a monthly cycle, so this tissue grows and thickens, and then it tries to shed every month, but because it can't leave the body, it creates scar tissue, and that scar tissue gets inflamed, and over time those areas where that endometrial tissue is, it causes adhesions which can stick your organs together. Basically, it can stick your ovary to your fallopian tube and your womb, and stick your womb to your bowel and your back, and it's awfulness basically. And that's what that's what happened that's what went on in my body. And that I still have some of that going on. So that's as much as I know about it, really, like the actual physical stuff about it, things that women can do to help. I mean, you've got to kind of try and find your own path, really. I mean, I take paracetamol every now and again. I try not to take it too much, and I try not to take painkillers much heavier than that, because if I take ibuprofen, which is one of the drugs that's suggested, that irritates my bowel and inflames my bowel, and then it messes with the endo and gives me even more pain afterwards. So I just use paracetamol, and there's options like taking the pill or having like a hormone injection, or having a coil, and this works for some people but it doesn't work for all. I've tried some of these. I've tried taking the pill and it didn't work for me. I still had a lot of pain, and I had bleeding just randomly. It really threw my system out of kilter, and messed with my hormones as well. But that's just my experience. It might work. It might be helpful for somebody else. And there's Prostrap as well, which is a injection that just kind of reduces the growth of endometriosis and slows it down. It's kind of basically, as far as I understand, it puts you into a sort of false menopause, so your body stops creating as much estrogen, but there are side effects with this. It can make you feel pretty grotty. So yeah, that's as much as I know about these things, really, in small detail. There's loads of really good videos out there, much better than my wafflings, and loads of really helpful information about possible options. yeah, so look around, find out what you can, and inform yourself, because you know, I found that doctors and they don't have a lot of answers really. Some surgeons and stuff are really amazing, but yeah, each individual is different, and obviously other things that could possibly help are having surgery, and that has helped me, but not without complications, which I'll talk about another time, because I'm over my 5 minutes, which is far too long to be waffling on. Alright then. So, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.